Good morning, everybody. Train day is a very special day and should start with a very special breakfast. So I volunteered to try out one of the train recipes, or the AVRR recipes, submitted by our very own Bob Corey for Santa Fe French toast. Now I made that grand gesture because I happen to love French toast. I should point out, and I'm turning down my oven a little bit because I can smell it, I'm not a good cook. I can bake, I'm a mean microwaver, but that's about the extent of my culinary abilities. So this will be a challenge and we'll see where it goes. If you hear the smoke detectors go off, that was planned. First thing it says on the recipe is that you should have sourdough or a sort of a stiff, heavy bread, which I do. I will confess that I let it sit a little too long, and some of it got moldy, so I'm down to the last of it. And it says to cut off the crust. That seems a bit of a waste, but I'm going to follow the recipe exactly and cut the crust off my nice sourdough bread here. And then it wants them in triangles. So I'm going to just do it the easy way and do it in 4 little triangles. I'm having the recipe because I'm only one person, and if I ate 3 to 5 slices of French toast, I would balloon up. So I'm just doing it in parcels. If you hear strange noises, I have basset hounds who are going to help me throughout this endeavor, probably hoovering up anything that I decide to drop on the ground. I'll give the one boy a little piece of bread crust, just don't tell anybody. So the next step in the recipe, after you've trimmed off the crusts, is to whisk the, you're supposed to slightly beat the eggs, which I forgot to do. Again, I have the recipe, so this is 2 eggs, so this is me slightly beating the eggs, which I'm going to add to my little bowl here. And dash back in the sink. And then you're supposed to add half and half or light cream, or heavy cream. I had half and half, so that's what I'm using. Just use what I had in the fridge. Put that away. And then I believe it's since I'm having it, I'm doing 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt as opposed to 1/4. Sorry, I spilled a little bit of that. And then you're supposed to whisk them all together. So I'm whisking and whisking. Hopefully that will get to be about the right consistency. And we'll consider that well whisked. And then I'm supposed to soak it, but it says not too long, so as not to make it easier to soak, I'm going to pour it in a shallower dish, just because I have a tendency to spill pretty much everything. So I'm going to put it in my shallow disc here so that I can soak the bread appropriately. I use my fingers. I'm going to eat it, so I can use fingers. Nobody else is going to know or care. It says to use a spatula, but to me that seems incredibly awkward. So I'm going to use my little fork that I used to whisk the eggs, or beat the eggs. So here we are, soaking. It says no more than 2 minutes to avoid breaking the bread apart. So I'm supposed to transfer them with a spatula to a tray while I'm using a fork. Sorry, Bob, cheating. So there's my couple pieces. I'll add in the other 2. Let's see how we do this here. And that seems to be reasonably well. Put this one and this one in here. And turn them over. We want to soak them pretty good, I would imagine. Since my bread is slightly stale, that will probably help with it not breaking apart. But I happen to know, because I do like to make French toast, the slightly stale bread, because I usually just use, whatever is the loaf bread that I have, is even better because it doesn't tend to break apart. So I'm transferring that. Oops, although it does get soft, as this one is. There we go. And then I'm supposed to fry it up. And I already have my oil good and hot over here. So we're going to transfer it. For that I will use the spatula because the oil is hot. And I have managed to splatter it all over myself before. So we'll try not to this time. There we go. Seems like an awful lot of oil. I have the recipe and I don't have as much bread, so probably if I ever did this again, I don't need that much oil because it really shouldn't float in the oil, I don't think. See if I can tell when we are golden brown. I think we're browning. I don't know if we're golden brown yet. This is the part where I'm really bad because I splatter, so I'm going to use my fork again to try to not splatter when I go to turn my French toast. Okay, probably needs just a little bit more, but it is kind of golden brown. So far, so good. Let's see what this one is. About ready to turn without splattering. That one's definitely golden brown. So is that one. So far we haven't set off the smoke detectors or blown anything up, so that's a good sign. Alright, this is my first piece that I think is good and brown, and I'm transferring it to a paper towel, as it says, to let some of that oil drain. This one didn't get as brown, so we're going to leave it in just a little bit longer. Seems good and brown. We'll transfer it over to my paper towel. And these two as well. Let them drain a bit. And you're supposed to put them in a single layer on pan. So, turn that off. And then in a single layer on a cookie sheet. So here's my single layer on a cookie sheet, which you are to put in your 400-degree oven in the center rack to puff. How many minutes? Let's see. It's supposed to puff for 3 to 5 minutes. So we will wait 3 to 5 minutes, see if they puffed, and see how we did. Okay, we're going to call it 3 to 5 minutes because I'm going to try this stuff and I'm hungry. So we're going to take out our puffed, here's our puffed French toast, Santa Fe French toast. I have my plate over here. I will transfer my now puffed French toast onto, let's see, I want to do it decoratively because that's what they do in magazines, right? Decorative placement. And then it says to use a little bit of powdered sugar. So we're going to, I actually do have a little thing, but we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Just use a little sifter here, put some powdered sugar on top. And it says to serve with jam or all these other things, but honestly, I ain't real fancy. I got Mrs. Butterworth's, so that's what we're going to use. Try a little bit of Mrs. Butterworth's on my Santa Fe French toast. All right, let me grab a fork. The moment of truth. Is this premier train day worthy French toast or not? Let's see. Wow, that's actually really good. I will say, it's exceptionally good French toast, even if I do say so. So we give 4 stars or 2 thumbs up or 4 paws down, something, to Santa Fe French toast for train day. Enjoy, everybody. Somebody else would like to sample it as well, but I don't think it'd be good for her girlish figure.